houses intact, but as FEMA reported earlier, Aaron, almost every single house damaged in some way. We put the helicopter down in a field right near here because this area looked particularly hard hit. This trailer area right here, this campground, we see a lot of trailers just blown over. There's an airstream on its side right there. And then we came over to this house, which was mostly destroyed. I also want to point out one thing, the storm surge. The storm surge came up about 2 feet here, and this mucky silt is everywhere, much deeper than this in many places. When we got to this house, we found Armando, who is here with me now. Armando, come here for a sec. Armando chose to try to ride out the storm, and you stayed in your house right here until a certain point, but then what happened?
And after the tree fell down, and then the house can't support anymore, and then the lift all the roof up. Then that's what I decided to stay to go on the back side of the house, and then after that I wait till the eye pass by, and then when it gets cleared up, and I take away to go to the safe house in Cujo Garden, and then after that, that's how I get survive. And then after that, I forgot to my rooster to come, and I get back. I left my truck over there. I came back walking. The water was coming like over to my knees, and then after that, so I was go back again, and on the middle of the bridge, I get stuck there. I can't even go through nowhere. The wind, kicking you down, and I walk there.
So Armando, you could hear it there. Tried to stay in the house. The tree came crashing down. Tried to hide in the back. Waited for the eye. Drove to somewhere that had more safety, more protection during the eye of the storm. An amazing, story of survival here. Meanwhile, the dog, what's the dog's name?
Chingy.
Chingy did okay, and the rooster is okay also here. But this is the first chance Armando has had to tell his family in Orlando that he's okay. There's just no means of communication from here, Aaron.
All right, John Berman, thank you very much. And look, as John was speaking, a grim development here. The number of hurricane-related deaths in Florida has now gone up. We had said it was 8. It is now 12. As I said, they're going door to door trying to find people. And, of course, Georgia, 3 dead, 1 in South Carolina, 16 in the continental United States. And many people are overcome with shock, the people who have survived and are going home for the first time and hoping against hope that what they find is salvageable. Kyung La is out front in Isla Mirada in the Florida Keys as well. And Kyung, major hit in Isla Mirada as well. What did you see when you went into homes today as people are going back for the first time?
Well, this is the first time that they were actually able to answer the question after so many fled, fearing what Irma would do. And in some cases, especially homes that are not reinforced, homes that are vulnerable like mobile homes, it's here in Isla Mirada, here in this particular neighborhood, this is what one small community is seeing. You're looking at a motorboat. The water is 150 yards away, and as you look further in, what is left there, that used to be somebody's home. You can see it's just a shell of one, and that's a road. We don't know where it came from. Residents trying to figure out what to do next.
Waiting throughout the night, the line of cars stretching and growing as dawn breaks.
I want to go home. I want to see my home. I want to see that we have a home.
Heidi and Alan Newsel out of their Key Largo house since Irma hit. Fear and anxiety growing by the minute as they wait.
My house where I pay taxes and I'm not allowed to get in here. I spent 5 days on the road.
Before tempers flare even more, 7 a.m., the first roadblock comes down. The evacuated returning home for the first time since the hurricane.
Thought this would never happen.
Cars moving down US 1, the only highway in or out of the Florida Keys.
If you had to describe in a few words how you feel about all of this, what would it be?
Frustrated, angry with the whole situation of just watching the news and not knowing what's going on with your house and everything, your life.
You can see damage throughout Key Largo, Plantation, and Isla Mirada, but they're considered lucky compared to the lower Keys. In Isla Mirada, Marilyn Ramos and her family are trying to look beyond their destroyed business.
Things aren't looking great right now, but we're just trying to clean up and do the best that we can.
While the residents of some Keys got their answers today, others did not. This is the new roadblock, another obstacle they'll have to wait for to get past.
Beyond the roadblock, the door-by-door search and rescue continues.
The people who stayed behind, how desperate are they?
Like everyone else, you know, wanting food and water and wondering when electricity is going to come back, and it's going to be a while.
Back in Key Largo, Alan and Heidi Newsel get their first look at their home.
Oh my God, the roof!
Irma toppled 5 tall trees, crashing them on their boat and their house. A mess of debris, but damage limited to one corner of the roof and their boat. Inside, it's dry.
Seeing the house, are you
Now,
okay?
Right now, I'm okay. Right now, my family's okay. I'm okay.
So they want to try to clean up, try to do those repairs. But Aaron, there is no power. There is, in many cases, no water, no gasoline, and very, very limited fuel. So it is going to take a while. Aaron?
All right, Kyung, thank you. And I want to go now to Florida State Representative Holly Rashine, whose district includes the Keys, and she joins me from Isla Morado, of course, Isla Morado, where Kyung was, in the Keys. And you're there, you're on the Keys. I know you've also gotten a briefing from disaster relief teams who are operating across the entire Keys. What is the situation there tonight?
Thank you so much, Aaron, for having me this evening. And first and foremost, I want to, my heart goes out to our constituents who have suffered damages because of Irma, either to their homes or their businesses. But our emergency management team, our local governments, the National Guard, our military have done an incredible job at